Right then, those who've been with the channel a while know exactly what's in that bag. Right then, on the lathe I have a rough turned ash bowl. It's been through the kiln. It is about 10.5 by 3.5. Right. I know I've had a lot of new subscribers over the past few weeks. Thank you very much for subscribing, by the way. Right, for the new guys, one of the questions I get asked a lot is, why do I use 3 cameras? Right. I get an awful lot of new turners watching this channel, and questions I constantly get asked are, what angle was your gouge at? Why are you doing it this way? Why are you doing it that way? That's why I have the main camera, which is up there, right? I have the hollowing camera, which is the one that's over there, right? And I also have a dedicated camera that watches the gouge angle, right? That's why I use 3 cameras, right? So, I just wanted to get that one out of the way for the new guys, right? Now, as I said, people who've been on the channel a long time know what's in this bag. It's full of vintage Swarovski crystals and vintage Swarovski pearls and all sorts of stuff. And the one I'm going to use today is this one, which has become untangled in the bag. Right, is this one, right? And we're going to inlay it around the edge of this bowl, right? Now, I did one of these in black. Geez, a good while ago now. If you haven't seen that one and you want to see it, I'll leave a link up there and the link below to it, right? A lady bought it, and as the people who've been on the channel a while know that I do a wine and art night every year. It's a charity thing. She's coming to that, and she wants another one, but she wants it in white. She wants the crystals in white. So I'm using a piece of ash because it's a pale wood. So I'm going to turn this, I'm going to turn it down, right, finish it, then cut a slice in it here on the side and inlay them into it. Right, so we'll get on to this. There'll be a lot of art stuff coming up over the next little bit, because I've got this one art like coming up. I have one over there that the resin is setting on. I had a slight problem with the footage I've shot so far. When I transferred it over to the computer to edit it, it corrupted. So I'll explain it when that video is up, right, what happened to it. So just so you know that that's coming up. Right, first thing I'm going to do is round this off. Right, I'm going to go up to about 800. Now, as normal, I'm not worried about cut direction or anything here at the moment. Right, all I want to do is make this round. Right, I'm still missing a little bit there. Right, where cut direction comes into it mostly is for finish cuts. Right, because I have to turn so much stuff, speed is important to me, and I've found over the years this is basically the quickest way of doing this. Right, is to not worry about finish cuts or anything else until I have until I'm basically finishing the bowl off. I just want to get the shape into it. Up the top I want very straight, so that I can get that those beads inlaid in it, or those crystals inlaid into it. Okay, we're roughly round now. Right. Now I'm going to pull cut a little foot into it. There's a knot here which I want to keep, so I'm going to fill that crack there. It's going to crack there. It's going to, the knot itself is going to crack there as well. Right, you can actually see the crack. So I'm going to fill that as I'm going because I want to keep that knot there. And this is actually, you can tell by the flecks in it, this is mountain ash, it's not straight ash. It's mountain ash, otherwise known as rowan. Right, you can tell by those little black flecks in it. If you're ever wondering which kind of ash you have, do I have a plain ash knocking around anywhere? No, that's holly, that's cherry, that's oak. No, I don't actually have a plain ash knocking around. But plain ash has all this lovely grain in it, but does not have those black flecks in it, whereas mountain ash does. Right then. Now, first thing I'm going to do is sawdust and CA that. Right. And when I say sawdust, I actually mean sawdust, not shavings. Right. Sawdust feels better than shavings, right? So if I'm filling, I always just turn around here to the bandsaw and grab sawdust rather than shavings. Now, I might have to fill that again, but just for comfort sake, I'm going to fill it now. Now I'm going to do a pull foot at the bottom. This is a foot that I've gone very fond of lately. Just need to come down very slightly. It's only a small little foot, but it raises the piece off the table. I don't use a side bevel cut rather than a pull cut, just to even it out nicely and get a nice finish cut onto it. For the new guys, I get asked a lot, what is a side bevel cut? Right, it's a really old cut, but I don't teach it on video. I don't teach people how to do it on video because it's one of those where it's a really old cut, but it's also quite dodgy to do it. And that is stay filled. Unless you know exactly what you're doing, it can be a little bit iffy to do it, so I don't teach it on video. I do teach people in person. But I do not teach it on video because it's a bit dodgy. But you can tell the difference between a pull cut and a side bevel by the direction the shavings are coming off. And if you look in the gouge angle camera, people who know turning will be able to see the difference between this and a pull cut. Right, I have the curve going up to there, and that's where I want the straighter part coming. Right. So we're going to push that straighter in. This is where the Swarovskis are going to go. Right. Now I do not want that step, so I'm just going to blend that step. What I'm doing here is I'm tricking the eye into thinking that it's a curve, into thinking that this is a curve, whereas we actually know it's not. That top bit is perfectly straight up and down. That's still a bit much there. No, I still don't like that transition. It's just slightly sharp just there. Getting there. And the only thing with the side bevel is you do have to clean out the flute and the gouge quite a bit, because it does fill it. Slight tiny bit more. There's not a lot in it, but it's there. Yeah, we're nearly there. Just there at the moment. Just there, and we have it. Yeah, we're good there. And we have that on a fake curve in it. Alright. Now we'll switch to hollowing. Right. So first thing I'm going to do before I hollow is straighten the rim. Right, I still have my little flat just there. Right. Now we'll move the gouge camera so you can see what I'm doing. Now I don't like really skinny bowls, so none of my bowls are really thin. I don't know if it's in a particularly Irish thing or not, but really thin bowls do not sell here. That's about as thin as I would be willing to go on a bowl. Yet again, I'm not worried about finish cuts or anything here, I just want shape. Right, let's give this gouge a sharpen. Right, then we're nice and sharp with this finishing. I'm just hogging wood out at the moment. I'm not worried about finish cuts or anything else. I'm just hogging out. Right, now I'm going to start the finish cut at the top here. As you can see, it's quite a different cut to just getting shaped in. It's much slower, more deliberate. And from here down, I'm not on a finish cut. Now I am. In the centres, you don't force it, you just let the gouge do the work. That's what it's for. Quick feel there. I'm too thick from about there down. Right. Not by much, but it's there. So there we have a finished cut. Right, now there's that crack up through here and there again. I don't like just there. If you run your fingers over it rather than using the calipers, you can actually feel that there's an undulation, and there's a very slight undulation just there that I don't like. So we'll get rid of it. I want to feather out down here because the bottom is the width I want. So I don't want to cut across the bottom again by much at all. So you see what's coming off now? Barely anything. And then I'm out of the cut. Yeah, undulation's gone. Grand, right, I'm just going to fill that crack. And then I will sand and finish this, and I'll be back to inlay the Swarovskis into it. So, I'll see you in a minute. Alright then, just popping the wax off. Now, for the new guys again, another question we frequently get asked is, what is my finishing routine? I did an entire video on it because I got asked it so much. I'll leave a link up there and a link below to it, to the video if you're interested. I think it's actually turned out quite nice. I think the white might work with it. I wasn't 100% sure, but I think it might. Isn't that a pretty bowl? Right. There's a lot of chatoyancy in it. Just there. And there. It's really nice actually. Right then. These Swarovski crystals. Right, what I need to do is I need to cut a trench in there to set them into. Right, and I have a freshly sharpened, where I put it. Go back up. Oh, there it is. Right, I have a freshly sharpened parting tool to cut this trench, and I want to cut it just a little under the depth of those of that Swarovski crystal string. Now, let's check for depth. I need to be slightly deeper. Yeah, I do. Ever so slightly deeper. As luck has it, that crystal string is the exact width of a parting tool. Which makes it very handy. Yeah, we're just below there. Maybe a slight little touch more. Should well do it. Right, we should be good there. Now grab a scissors. And we'll cut these to length. Is that one there? That's going to look quite okay, actually. Right, I'll put these away because they're very old and quite valuable. Right. And grab some thick CA. And I'm going to very, very carefully put some thick CA in the trench and CA these in. So I'm clean the nozzle and the CA first. I don't want to go too far because I don't want to turn this bolt upside down without CA being set. I'm going to leave that for a second to go off so that I can keep going around. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad actually. I love the way the lights glint off these crystals. It's really nice. Yeah. That actually looks a lot better than I thought it would. Right, we're that far. And then in case you're wondering why I haven't finished the inside of this trench, there's two reasons for it. One, I'm not sure how the CA would react trying to go on top of wax. And number two, there's no real need because the whole thing is covered by the crystals. Again, I don't want to turn it upside down until it's gone off. So I'll just speed up this bit of the video. Yeah, that other bowl that I'm doing, that I mentioned earlier on, it's actually inlaid in the rim here with turquoise. And of course, it's not kind of the highest grade turquoise. It's apparently for really high grade turquoise, you need black lines in it. And the grayer the lines get, the less high grade it is. And the lines I have are quite grey, I'm afraid. But then turquoise is not cheap. Right, now what I'm going to do for when I turn this over is I'm going to tape that, because even with the CA on it, the centrifugal force will still throw it. Right, so I'm going to tape it on and then flip it over, put it into the vacuum chuck, and then I'll give you a bit of a look at it. So I'll do that and I'll be right back. Right, there we have it. A very nice mountain ash bowl with the Swarovski crystal inlay. Turned out quite nice actually. I didn't think the white would work so well, but they actually do. I'm quite happy with that. If you take anything away from this video, take to think outside the box. Just because one person says that's going to look stupid or you can't do that in wood turning, use your own mind. If you think you have an idea, do it. Right? So if you got anything out of that or enjoyed it, if you wouldn't mind clicking a like on the video, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next one.